Yo, yo, yo. Let me see here. What's up, people? What is up? What is up? What is up? It is your boy MM2K back again with a very impromptu. I was not planning to do this at all. But in my preparation for my game stream that I'm going to be doing later today, I came across some very interesting news, right? And as a gamer, I wanted to talk about the news real quick. I'm not going to be here too long. I wanted to do something real quick, but without all the crazy prep and all the silly stuff. I just wanted to put something out there, help get it into rotation, you know what I'm saying? And then, convert over to my game stream. But here's what's going on. We have this thing going on with games as of late, and it's unfortunately it's on the heels of the whole El Paso and Dayton, Ohio incidents. I'm supposed to be I'm trying to simulcast to both Twitch and Mixer, and for some reason Mixer is not working. I'm trying to figure that out. Bear with me. I'm sorry. It's always got to be something, man. Yeah, I know what it is. Damn it. God damn it. All right. So, unfortunately, even though I wanted to send this to both Mixer and Twitch, it's just fucking Streamlabs, which is a piece of shit, does what it does best and does not coordinate everything well. And I apologize for that. I'm tired of this. Hey, look, man. Your boy's eating Navy beans and oodles and noodles. And I could do this shit better than them, man. I got 20 plus years experience on working on things in this format, man. This is disgusting. And they want you to buy into their Prime service and do all this and do all that, and they can't even give you a stable service. Streamlabs is disgusting. The only reason why I use it is because I'm on multiple machines. I work with multiple people that have multiple palettes and stuff that they upload to help me build my overlays, and Streamlabs OBS works off the cloud. That makes that perfect, opposed to me having to email this and all the other stuff. And OBS kind of does not work well with you trying to make enhancements to your scenes and your overlays. If OBS were to fix that, you know what I mean, I would drop them in a heartbeat. Well, with that being said, man, all right, we're here. That was my little rant before we got into it real quick. Let me see a couple things here that I need to fix online, because this is not supposed to look like that. But again, it's Streamlabs. You gotta love them. This piece of shit. Anyway, let's see if I can fix that. There's no reason why that should be looking like that. There we go. And there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that snafu. All right, let's get into it, people. So I want to thank everybody that's watching right now, that's watching live. And for those of you that are watching this on demand, tweet this out, please. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications so people know that I'm dropping this quick dose on here. All right, so here's what's going on, my friends. Your boy dropped a video last week talking about the tariffs that the U.S. government is looking to impose on Chinese-made goods and services. And we all know that those tariffs would heavily... What's up, Biggie? 2316. No super chat, bro. But what you can do here, let me do this. And this is free of charge, man. This is free of charge. You can do this, and your boy MM2K will catch it live and direct, okay? Uh-oh. I can't type today. Uh-oh. All right. It didn't pop up? Nope, because I didn't put the right thing. I can't type today. I'm sorry. Here's what you could do. There we go. Now it should pop up. Still not going to pop up. Okay. Biggie, what you can do is your boy has a chat, free messaging chat. Don't cost you a dime. And it works like a super chat again, without the cost, right? So all you need to do, my friend, and it should have popped up with that message right there, but that's okay. Again, I blame Streamlabs on that one too. I blame them for everything. All right, where's the copy? Okay. So if you do this, if you go there, my friend, it'll link you to be able to drop a free message with your boy. I'll see it. And once I see it, I'll read it live on air. Okay, so let's get to it. Here's the problem. Again, the tariffs that we're going to be imposed, we're going to heavily affect video game sales. We talked about this on multiple podcasts, Next Gen 720, my podcast, things of that nature. They were to go in effect September 1st. Well, it looks like that there's been a delay. No. Let me preface it like this. For safety reasons and for reasons for economic stability, the Trump administration decided to remove certain items that are going to be affected by these tariffs. Video games aren't one of them. And I thought that was prevalent and important to point out for the simple fact that we know not only the administration, but a lot of congressmen, a lot of senators across the United States, and even some chains, some retail chains are not sending gaming the due respect that they have. They're willing to pilfer it and make money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Believe you me, even the government's making money off of the gaming industry. Why? Because the ESA, which is a lobbying firm, they invest in different senators and different causes and stuff like that to try to get gaming put in a correct light, and they send information to all these senators and stuff like that. But they don't match NRA money. So because they don't match NRA money, they don't get their just due. Okay, so the senators and the governments that they invest into, the ESA that is, they just get their money taken from them and they get told bye-bye. Whenever something big like this happens, they always get curb stomped, and that's why I said in a previous podcast, we need to donate. I'm going to have a special podcast coming, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that to shows us how we can fight back against these vile attempts to demagogue gaming. Say that fast 5 times. It's nothing but it's the spreading of ignorance, with very self-absorbed attempts by these senators and things like that. That's why I follow politics, but I don't believe into it. Okay, like a lot of people do. I don't fall into the Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal. I don't fall into those realms. It's all smoke and mirrors, right? However, when it relates to gaming, we got to keep our heads on a swivel, like I always say. We got to pay close attention to this stuff. So what is it that we got to pay close attention to that's going on here? Well, I want to show you guys this article, if Streamlabs will participate with me. And Nightbot just dropped the live message in chat. Yo, 706 Gamer, I appreciate you, bro. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Just hit me up there if you have a message that you want me to relay. I'll read it live on air. Okay, so let me find it. Okay. And I got to fix something here because it's not supposed to do all that. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. So there is a... let me do this one thing here. Okay. Speaker. Is that it? No. Come on. Image. There we go. All right. Come on, Streamlabs. Stop being an ass. There we go. All right. Not quite like how I wanted it to, but, it'll have to do for now. Okay. So if you pay close attention to this article, it's from Platinum 706 Gamer. Puts in the free messaging app, Epic Store is greater than Steam. Whatever. Can't stand it. But anyway. All right. So U.S. delays China tariffs for some items, including cell phones, removing other products from the list. United States Trademark Representative Office cuts items from the list of Chinese-made products that had faced new tariffs. It cited factors including health, safety, national security concerns. The U.S. also announced a delay in tariffs on a delay on electronics, including cell phones, laptops, and video games, and some clothing products. China's Commerce Ministry says Vice Premier Li Hu had spoken by phone with U.S. trade representatives. All right, and they agreed to talk again in 2 weeks. So the story reads like this. The United States Trade Representative Office said Tuesday that new tariffs on certain consumer items would be delayed until December 15th, while other products were being removed from the new China tariff list altogether. It cited health and security factors. The duties had been set to go into effect on September 1st, a couple weeks from now. So the announcement eased concerns about the holiday season. The U.S. Treasury said that the delay affects electronics, including cell phones, laptops, and video games, and some clothing products and shoes and certain toys. Earlier this month, President Donald Trump announced a new round of 10% tariffs on $300 billion worth of Chinese imports that eluded duties. Okay. So here's the overarching problem that I have. Okay, the overarching problem that I have is that they don't come clean and they don't say which consumer products have been removed from this list, right? And they're probably not going to till the 11th hour. For the simple fact that whoever's behind those consumer products has the biggest lobbying money. But in the wake of El Paso and the tragedies there in Daytona as well, we definitely don't want to forget that. With government officials blaming video games erroneously. In the wake of what happened with Walmart, foolishly taking all mature or gritty gaming content off the advertising scene. But meanwhile, as we've seen, that they had gun displays, back to school gun displays on full rack. And I say that with no qualms against gun ownership or gun rights. I don't say that in no qualms at all. I'm just saying the person didn't kill anybody with a video game. They killed them with a gun. Okay. Now, again, time hasn't happened to where you went into the psychological state of this individual. So you don't know what his motivations were except for things that were in this manifesto, for lack of a better term, that he left. So trying to get into somebody's psyche and pinpointing that is a process that happens over time. The thing that doesn't need to be evaluated over time is the instrument used to cause the mass murder, which was guns. Now, again, gun advocates alike would say it's the user that killed the people. Not so much the weapon of choice. The weapon of choice wasn't designed to do what they did. What they did was atrocious. And I'm not arguing that. But I give this as an example. Let's just say if I walk around with a machete and I just start hacking people and I cause a whole bunch of damage and injuries. I could then understand a knife shop maybe taking machetes and putting them in the back. Because machetes are made not to kill people, but to, hack up animals, large animals for, consumption or for cooking or for selling. You know what I'm saying? That's the purpose of a machete. But on the hill, if I were to take a machete and start hacking people, God forbid something like that happens. I don't think the proper recourse is to go and start banning martial arts movies or Steven Seagal movies. You know what I'm saying? Where he's fighting the Jamaicans and they coming at him with the machetes. I don't think that's the proper recourse. Because then you're making an assumption. He saw them Steven Seagal movies. That's what made MM2K do that. And that's a farce. You're going into the weeds and you're chasing into an avenue that you cannot yet distinguish at this point in time. If you're trying to show some sensitivity, again, in that scenario, I can understand you taking the machetes, maybe putting them in the back. I can also understand you not doing anything. Because taking a machete and putting it in the back is not going to stop the next deranged person that wants to do something like this. So again, I can understand where if that gun display was out there, people would have left it out there. But your recourse across the country cannot be, I'm going to take a visual instrument out of someone's hands that they didn't use to kill people, and I can't even fully evaluate if that was their motivation. I'm going to remove that, but leave the actual instrument that they used out on display that was used to kill people. Again, no qualms against gun right advocates, none of that. I'm just saying, if you want to argue from a point of nothing needs to be removed, the person needs to be evaluated, and this may take some time to figure out what happened, I can understand that. But if you're going to do something, you don't take away a video game. If I hack at people with a machete, you don't go take away Steven Seagal movies. You don't do smoke and mirrors. I don't pay taxes for these dumbasses and these assholes to play smoke and mirrors with my hobby of choice. That's all they are. Every single last one of them. I don't give two shits who you voted for because I don't play these political games. I don't fall into this political fodder, and anybody that lives and dies for this shit and believes that these motherfuckers are out here really working for you, you need your head examined. Especially if you're over the age of 30. There, I've said it. If you're over the age of 30 and you've seen enough political happenings and you believe in one political party or major political figure, you need a CAT scan. Every political figure in this country has been pilfering us. And if you're over the age of 30, you should be able to recognize that and recognize the game as it is. If you can't see that, then you're inept and you don't have the ability to recognize patterns. Therefore, you need a CAT scan. So MM2K is not saying this to play any political game. I don't give a shit about any political figure. That being said, any one of them that goes and caps for this, because the Democrats have done it, with your boy, Representative Leland Yee, the mug that actually got caught trafficking guns. This was the same anti-violent video game advocate that was fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger several years ago, right? He was a Democrat. And then we also have homeboy Joe Biden. The ESA dropped a bomb on us a few weeks ago to let us know that in the wake of one of the mass shootings, Joe Biden contacted ESA and said, we got to do something. Joe Biden, have you gone that bald that the sun rays have burnt singed your brain cells? You can't be that dumb. I thought you were smarter than that, Joe. So with all that said, and I want to big up to Biggie 2316. He said, just wanted to show support, let you know last night's show was fire and great panel. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Fantastic, man. Thank you so much for that, man. Appreciate it. So I just want to know, so again, the Democrats have done it, and then we got the Republicans doing it with McCarthy out there talking his silly shit on Fox News. You know what I'm saying? The guy, I think, who is he? The lieutenant governor out in Texas. I think he started it all, talking this shit about games. And then we got the Trump administration. All of them, man. I'll call them all. I don't care. They're all jackass. They're all dumbasses. They're all dumb. And they're using my tax money to spread lies. I don't appreciate that. So that's why I'm speaking out. And I don't have a choice not to pay taxes, right? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Biggie2316. Both sides are dumb as fuck. And I normally don't get this vulgar on my shows, but it is what it is today. Biggie2316, hit it right on the nail. So on the heels of all that, I don't care about your political party. I don't give two shits about them. I've seen too many patterns to know what their MO is, what their operatus Miranda really is. And if you don't, go get examined. That being said, I got to know what the Trump administration's purpose of not removing video games. What game are you trying to play? We have a special podcast coming. I've said it in previous videos where this was all laid in front of Donald Trump, and he already knows the deal. The video game industry is the biggest industry in the world as far as entertainment is concerned. It's more than movies. We talked about it on Next Gen 720's podcast. This is not multiplayer. It ain't all toxicity, quote unquote, right? We pulled up the numbers. We showed you where the NRA not alone, but helps affect $42 billion in the economy. That could be because of police and hospitals. They alone don't bring in $42 billion in the United States, in the United States economy. They help produce, or they help affect $42 billion worth of economic incidents within the United States. Where gaming alone, on its own accord, affects $41 billion. So under those pretenses, you would expect that gaming would have more of an influence, and we would be past all this dumb shit, right? Wrong. Because the NRA pulled in $366 million in just 2016 alone. And at the same time, the ESA, which is our only lobbying advocates, and it ain't even too clear how to help them donate. They just give out memberships out front. They only pulled in $35 million. And when you have the likes of Phil Spencer, that's a member, the Xbox is a member of the ESA, that's supposed to be one of your stewards, and he's pulling mature, gritty type material off to appease these cornball senators and administration officials and government officials across the United States. When he's appeasing them, the ESA has horrible representation. They try, they send out annual reports, they give money, and they say, okay, cool, we got this here. And they just find ways to caveat it or ignore it and take their money. So I'm going to have a special program on my channel, which is known for the digital, which it's the Hard Knock Digital Culture. And it's on twitch.tv/Mighty Most 2000. We aired one of our previous shows yesterday on YouTube. And to catch the show live, go to follow me at twitch.tv/Mighty Most 2000. So all the links is below too. Follow me there. And if you follow me there, you know what I'm saying, you'll get up to speed when we do the next episode. We're working on one this week. We got a whole bunch of good stuff. That channel is 110% for hardcore culture, hardcore gaming, hardcore media, anime, martial arts, you name it. We're going to be talking about that, you know, the recasting of the Blade movie and what we feel about that. And our desire to keep up with the, you know what I'm saying, to keep up with the standards that the first arc or the first iteration did under your boy Wesley Snipes. Keep that thing rated R, man. Keep that thing rated R. You know, so we're gonna talk about that. But with that said, all this crazy stuff that's happening right now in gaming, involving gaming, and then them playing this little cat and mouse game with us in these tariffs. Because understand this is why this is a problem. If these tariffs go into effect, here's what's going to happen. It's not just going to affect people that buy new consoles. It's going to raise the price on everything. Because Microsoft can't just put the hit on the console people, or PlayStation can't just put the hit on the console people. It would be too steep. So they're going to take that increased cost and they're going to spread it out everywhere. Because to avoid that increased cost, people will just say, I'm not buying a console. And Microsoft still has to make them. Sony definitely still has to make them. Nintendo still has to make them. So what's going to happen is they're going to make sure that they make that money back. And they go on as what they call BAU, business as usual. It's an industry term. They're going to spread those costs everywhere. Everybody's going to be affected. So don't be mistaken by the people out there that says, oh, this is going to be rough for them new console people, or this and that. I'm not buying a new console. No, everybody's going to be affected. Any company that is going to suffer from this, they're going to spread the cost across the board. So don't be fooled. Okay, understand what's going on. Understand what you guys got to do in order to keep your head on the swivel. Okay, and understand that. Look, I tell you, don't fall into no political litmus. And who am I? I'm just MM2K. You ain't got to listen to me, right? You ain't got to listen to me. But I'm gonna do this. You ain't got to listen to me. But even if you do want to operate within that state of consistent head trauma without a CAT scan, if you want to believe in this political system, then go ahead and do it. But speak up. Don't do what Rush Limbaugh's doing. Back in 2010, Rush Limbaugh, and that's the link to the Hard Knock digital culture, y'all. In 2010, a guy caught up, and I'm going to end with this. Guy caught up to Rush Limbaugh's show. Again, and I know Rush is controversial, and people, MM2K, you talking about Rush, and look, they're all the same to me. You know what I'm saying? Like in the good book, God tells you, sin is sin. There ain't no bad sin, no okay sin. He can't stand sin. I can't stand no politician. They're all the same to me. Or anybody that heavily boosts that political dumb shit. They're all the same to me. That said, your boy Rush Limbaugh had somebody call up to a show, young guy, that was concerned about Representative Leland Yee. Again, that guy, the state representative out of California, that was pushing the anti-gaming legislation that ended up being the real-life GTA, Grand Theft Auto, his damn self with the gun trafficking, right? He was concerned, so he called Rush. He said, Rush, here's a problem. Guys trying to do this, I don't like it. Rush didn't understand what was going on, so Rush had the guy fill him in. After the guy filled him in, Rush said himself, he said, look, man, this is crazy. He said, as a free speech advocate, as I promote, the video game industry should be culturally regulated, meaning regulated by the people. Meaning if something's too raunchy or too out of place, the community will let you know. People won't buy it. And then that'll force the companies themselves to adjust their attitude. In no way, shape, or form should the government be involved in trying to regulate that. Okay? He said they don't have the evidence to go with them. They don't have the evidence to support it. And regardless if they feel they do or they not, that goes against the U.S. Constitution. And even though I feel the way that I feel about politicians and people that boost up political gibbly-gook, I wholeheartedly agree with your boy Rush Limbaugh on that. Fast forward to 2019, though. What Representative Leland Yee tried, that Rush Limbaugh emphatically said, leave video games alone. I mean, that was the head of a lot of the shit he was saying, and on the heels of him being put to light to this. Leave video games alone. Because it was a Democrat doing it. Fast forward to 2019, you got your boy Trump doing this crazy shit. I don't hear nothing from Rush. Now, if I'm wrong. Let your boy know. But I ain't heard nothing from Rush on this. I ain't heard Rush be that same free speech advocate that he claimed he was when he was talking to my homie back in 2010 about Representative Leland Yee. I don't hear him saying, whoa. Trump, we cool. I know you listen to me, try to get advice, call me, whatever the case may be, whatever. But you wrong on this one. You fucking up. Like Bill Duke did in Minister Society. You know you done fucked up. The audio don't match the visuals. So even if you do feel like you fit into that conservative or Republican litmus, similar to Rush Limbaugh, you have to speak up. You have more sway and more power than I do because you're a supporter. And you know this is wrong if you're a gamer. So all of you gamers out here that regurgitate all this silly shit that comes from any political side, whenever somebody from your litmus talks stupid about games and you know better, and I've heard you say better, out on social media, if you create content, whatever the case may be, you have a civic duty to your fellow gamers to go out there and check them. You got to go out there and check them. MK, please ignore my Nightbot. I got to work on this. Big thank you, MK. I appreciate you, bruh. My Nightbot is cutting up. And what it does is it doesn't like caps. And I got to take care of that, man. I apologize for that, MK. Thank you very much, man. Just watch the all caps for some reason. That being said, I want everybody again. I'm going to put this channel in here. This is the Hard Knock Digital Culture. Okay. Come near for a celebration of all things hardcore, gritty, gaming, video games, media, and all other stuff. Also, but after this, like around, I want to say 1:30, I'm going to be on Mixer. You're like, hold on. Those two different worlds, MM2K. What the hell you doing, bro? I'm going to be on Mixer, because I'm going to be streaming some. I'm doing something on Mixer, too, for those of you that are interested. Here goes my Mixer link. I will be doing, I'm going to try out that anthem, man. I know. But what I'm doing on Mixer is, I'm spreading the love to all three platforms. YouTube is where I get down and gritty with you guys, you know what I'm saying, about all the gaming news, where we celebrate hardcore gaming, which is really my thing. And I appreciate Biggie2316 for following. Appreciate it, bro. But my thing is the hardcore gritty gaming, right? That's my stick. As some of the community say, that's my stick. So I do that on twitch.tv, you know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of entities. It just ain't the government. It's retail chains. And like I said, it's Phil Spencer appeasing them. You know what I'm saying? First he appeasing them on the E3 stage by taking the hardcore stuff off and putting the coffee shop shit up. Then you had even Rob Ferguson, which I got a lot of faith in Rob Ferguson as a developer. But what he did was sad. With this whole boasting about the anti-cigarette thing. Just take it out of the game, bro. Stop trying to coffee shop. I don't use the term SJW because it's social justice warrior. All y'all motherfuckers that fall into a political litmus, y'all are SJWs to me. Y'all all, again. God turned to Abraham and says, you can't handle looking at me as I am. I hate sin. Sin is sin. So I'm turning to all you mugs out there. SJW, I don't fall into that dumb shit. Anybody that holds a political litmus for a political party, that is, y'all all the same to me. And again, I'm not saying you can't be for this cause or for that cause. I'm for causes, don't get me wrong. And the causes that I'm for spread are not held to somebody else's litmus. That's what I'm talking about. You could care for one thing. You could feel some way about gun rights, right? But because this quote unquote political party says, oh yeah, we're the people that are for gun rights. But if you're rolling with us, you gotta be for this. And that may not be what you're for, but because gun rights is your number one thing, you just go ahead and you roll with them. You know what I'm saying? You just go with the flow. That's bullshit to me. I don't float like that. I can be my own goddamn party, the common sense party. How about that? So again, but it's not just the political people out here. It's the game makers themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't. When you appease this shit, when you don't do what Sony did, and again, I'm not the biggest Sony fan. I tell you all the time. When you don't do, and big ups to I got another follow. Oh, thank you, Biggie, for following. I think you followed both channels. Appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a problem with that. I got a problem with you not doing what Sony did. And again, I'm not the biggest Sony fan. You know what I mean? But when you don't do what Sony did, and Sony got out there and just said, hey, look, we make mature games for mature people. On the heels of the Me Too movement, I dropped a video on this. I said, Sony, you got to be careful, Sony. You got to watch this. Sony, you can't do this. And Sony said, MM2K, go fly a kite into a thunderstorm. We're going to do what we do. And they came through unscathed. That's how you know what somebody's an advocate for, when they stand their ground. Phil stands his ground on coffee shop shit. He waffles on everything else. So he's about that coffee shop stuff. And when you have somebody that's probably one of the major contributor to the ESA, whiffling and waffling, and not securing the fact that, yo, so the mature stuff is called mature. It's for mature people. When we don't have that on our side, we got to take action. And in order to take action, come and follow your boy at the Hard Knock Digital Culture, where we talk about that and you know, that all together. How to keep things gritty, how to keep that hardcore gritty culture, how to keep it intact. Because we got too many forces against us. And with that said, I want to appreciate everybody that came through, watch this live. Again, my purpose was I just want to share my thoughts real quick. This was only supposed to be like 10, 15 minutes, and it was like 40 minutes. With that said, thank you everybody for coming through. I'm going to be streaming a little bit. Let me go get something to eat, put something on my stomach, you know what I'm saying? Do something in the inventory, and I'm going to be streaming Anthem all day today. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Biggie said, praise God, I feel the spirit. Hallelujah, preach. Say it, Biggie. I come get this medicine, man. Hey, yo, Paul G, appreciate you for coming through. And with that being said, hey, guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.